The main issue with this time of year in a fall transition is the fish are just everywhere. Oh my gosh, that was a big one, dude. Dadgummit, that was a big one. Like, fishing ain't been that easy down here.
Might be on to something. They put the little puzzle together.
Oh, that's a big giant one. Y'all gotta put them in four-wheel drive now. We might be on to something. Oh my gosh. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let me cut this motor off real quick so y'all can hear me. We are on the Coosa River today. Y'all know I love the Coosa River. I gotta get down here and catch some of these bass. They're not gonna catch themselves. Y'all can look at the date. It's 10/13/2020. We're in the middle of October. This kind of a weird time of year. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's kind of weird. You see the water temp, 76 degrees. We are in like a fall transition, I guess you would say. You know, we've kind of got out of the August, September deal where it's like super hot. So now we're getting these cool fronts coming in. You can tell we broke out the sweatshirt. I'm sure that all the guys up north right now are in polar gear. I don't really know. It's probably cold up way up north. I ain't got a clue. The main issue with this time of year in a fall transition is the fish are just everywhere. You know, like the shad are scattered throughout the whole water column. They're in the backs of creeks. There's some on the main river. You don't really know where to go and target all these fish that you want to go out here and catch because the weather's cool and you're like, oh, they ought to be biting this morning. And you're like, the crap, I had 2 bites in 5 hours. You know what I mean? Like, fishing ain't been that easy down here. Like, it ain't been easy. Or like, you know, like I said, we're here in the middle of Alabama. But if you're in Tennessee and below, southern, you know, central Alabama and around through here, or if you're fishing the Coosa River, this video will probably help you out. As you can tell, I got 47 rods on the deck up here. If they don't bite that, we're just not gonna catch nothing. The leaves are changing down here. It's starting to get really pretty outside. Deer season's right around the corner if y'all deer hunt. I'm ready to do that, but until I can do that, I'm gonna try to catch some of these bass. One of the first things that I do when I get in the boat this time of year is I'm paying attention to my water temperatures. All right, typically you got the fish, they're wanting to get in the backs of these creeks. The shad are wanting to kind of migrate in the backs of these creeks. And I think a big player in that is the water is cooler back there. It's shallower, it's cooler. They're trying to get around fresh water, I guess you would say. Like, we're in the back of a pocket right now and you can tell there's shad right out here in the middle. Like, they're actually chasing them right there. You'll see them blow up here in just a minute. See them right there? So you got all these fish in the middle of these guts chasing shad, and that's why it gets tough. That's why. What I'm gonna try to find, whether the fish are in the very backs of the creeks, they're in short pockets. I mean, they may still be on the main river, who knows? But as what I can tell right now, the shad are kind of in the backs of these pockets. They're starting to kind of migrate in the back. They're getting back in here around a little bit cooler water, maybe a little bit clearer water, who knows? I'm gonna run around a little bit. I'm gonna try to like get a little feel on the lake. Don't just get out there and just start casting. You know, do a little homework. So we're gonna idle around, run around, check some water temp, see if we see some schooling fish, and just kind of test it out this morning. Y'all ride along. All right, guys, so what we did, I ran around just a little bit. I started idling around, just trying to see what kind of depth they're in. The shad are just everywhere this morning. I mean, they're literally from 1 foot on top of the water all the way down to 30. And that's why it's tough this time of year. You can't really distinguish a certain depth zone. All the fish, they're not schooled up. You can idle around and try to find a school if you want to, but they're not grouped up. All the fish, it seems like they get wadded up, dinged up, whatever you want to call it, in like May, June, July. They start breaking up in August. They get on shad. September rolls around, everybody's like, oh my God, I want to sell my stuff. They ain't biting no more. And then it gets cooler outside and they're like, oh man, that'll be biting, that'll be biting. And it still stinks. So right now we're still in the stinky time. Just got a top water tied on. I just want to throw on some little flat points and just see if there's a group of them up there, maybe a school or two. Or I can just pick one here, one there. It might be a big one, I don't know. We're gonna try to get a pattern going, whether in the back of the creeks. I start in the backs, I work my way out. See what we can do. On this real quick. Three, two, one. Woo! Nothing, nothing, nothing. All right, back of the creek's dead. I ain't seeing any kind of activity back here. Like nothing. I ain't seeing no shad flickering. Ain't no fish blowing up. They ain't blowing up on my spook. All right, guys, so we started in the very back of the creek, threw a top water around a little bit. You know, I didn't really throw a jerkbait a lot. I didn't fish a lot back there. The main reason is just dead. I didn't see any kind of shad activity. When I first started this morning, there was a way more shad. Like all these shad are way down. There ain't a ton of them. Like it ain't blowed out with shad. I don't think they're back here yet. So now I'm gonna move midway, like halfway into the creek. See if they're up through here. But they wasn't back there. Throw a jerkbait around, mix it up a little bit. Maybe pop one or two off of a dock with like a jig. Water's clear. See all the way down. The dog said he's coming. Here he comes. He's coming to get it. Puppy dogs don't like me right here. Hey puppy. Hey puppy. All right, here we go. Little largemouth. Might be on to something. Maybe put the little puzzle together. Little guy. Not a big guy. Oh my gosh, that was a big one, dude. Dang gummit, that was a big one. My God. I'm talking about sound like a daggum big one, too. Did you hear him? Shoo. Gosh, he come off again, dude. Oh. Big one, too. Did you see that? Goes two. Three.
It's actually three, yeah.
That's three. What the crap? That was probably a 3.5 pounder. There's one. Little guy. We're getting better. All right, so what we did right then is so we moved out of the creek. I wouldn't get any bites in the creek. I said, all right, water temp 75, 76, 77. I just wasn't seeing any kind of activity back there, you know, and it's a decent little spot, not a big one. But I was not seeing any activity in the back of those creeks. I mean, like when I say it was dead, there wasn't any shad flickering. So I said, all right, let me slide out here to the main lake and try some of these main lake pockets. You know, and earlier this morning, right when I got here, I seen all those shad in those main lake pockets. I said, all right, let me slide in here and check it on out a little bit. And that fish was just hanging around a little piece of wood. Wind was blowing kind of on it just a little bit, so we're gonna run around and try to duplicate that and see what we can do. I feel like the main life of the lake is the main river. You know, we are on a river system. This is where the life is. This is where the current's at, but if the fish have not made it in the back of the creeks, it's pretty simple to tell. You go back there in the very back, if you ain't getting no bites, eliminate it, come back out here. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Okay. I think we're on to something now. We're on to something. Look at that right there. He's got a little... You don't want that going inside you right there. Anyway, so we slid out of the creek. Was not getting any bites in the creek. So I slid out to the main river. We're on the main stretch right through here. Got a lot of wind blowing down the river. All these little windy points. I just lost like 2 or 3. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hook up, come off. Hook up, come off. I think it's just because it's real sunny, but we slid out here to the main river. Caught us a decent one. So we're starting to put a little puzzle together. They're not in the back of the creeks where you would think they're gonna be. I'm going to get a couple spook bites. You can go ahead and change that out if you want to. Yeah, I'm gonna go to spook now. Well, that's a big giant one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude. Oh my gosh. Come on. Don't come off. Look how big that spot is. Oh, don't you come on. Come here, don't get to my hand either. Boys? Oh me. That feels good right there, baby. Look at that freaking tank right there, boys. Look how pretty of a spot. That is a biggin. Boom, baby. Hey, look. I got these Crocs on. It's all I can do. I don't gotta put them in 4-wheel drive now. We might be on to something. Right here, look right here. Boom, baby. We kicking them in 4. That's what I'm talking about. Biggin. All right, guys. So the wind's blowing. Sunny bluebird skies. I got out on the main lake, started throwing a jerkbait, lost like 2 or 3 in a row, and I said, all right. They kind of got off the jerkbait a little bit, and I noticed, you know, you got a lot of shaded banks. All right, shaded. When the sun gets high like this, all these fish, they relate to the shade. So the fall is an awesome time to throw a topwater. Now keep in mind, we're just rolling with the punches. We're trying to figure out a pattern of what to go and do. So I got out on the main lake. I found a deep bank, had some shade on it. I said, that looks real good. Threw my spook in it, literally like my 5th cast on a topwater. Biggin. It's just that fall transition time, you know. Don't get discouraged. If you go out to your home lake and you ain't getting any bites and you're like, man, it stinks. They're always biting somewhere. They're not biting. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get a ton of bites, but if you're doing the right thing, you can get some big ones. So now, I'm gonna run some more shade, see if we can get a big bite or 2. Never know what happens. You may catch 10 of them like that. Who knows? So, I know one thing. That was a daggone big one. Ding! Man, I've been one right there. Dang good. Oh my gosh. Look, there's another one with him. Watch this. There's another one with him. I gotta get my bait in there. There was another one with him, dude. I mean a big one too. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. There we go. Shady banks. Shady bank. He got it, dude. He got it. Look at that pretty one right there. It's a pretty one. Look how light colored he is. Not a big one, but there was a giant with him. Wow. There we go. I mean, code is cracked. We cracked the code. I ran around like a madman this morning. I was like, dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why ain't they biting? Where they at? Shady banks. I think the biggest thing in the fall you gotta keep in mind they're not necessarily always where you want them to be, okay? We always want them to be sitting on the best looking spot ever. Like, they're not there yet. They ain't there yet. So I ran in there, did what the book tells you to do. The Bass Fishing Handy book, I guess you say, How to Catch a Bass for Dummies. You read the book, it says, go to the back creeks in the fall. They're not back there. Ran out, fished some main river stuff, got on a couple shady banks, caught a big one, caught a few on a jerkbait, on some windy points. So you start piecing the puzzle together, putting the puzzle together and making a plan for the day. So I could run around the rest of the day, hit shady banks, and all this is gonna change. You know, the sun's up high right now. As soon as it starts going down on this side, you'll start running your right-hand side of the bank. So like, just pay attention to those little small details, and you can piece together a good day, even when it's tough, even during the transition. You know, I'm really glad I got to do this video, and it was kind of tough to show y'all it ain't always easy out here. I mean, even on your home lakes. I mean, like, it's been really tough lately. So try that out on your lakes. Start in the very back. Eliminate it. Get it out of your mind. Move out. If you get a bite halfway in, start running that pattern. If you don't get a bite in the creek at all, then you know where to stay at. It's as simple as that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, I tell you what. You know what we're gonna do? They just cut on water, and I think the next video we're gonna make is how to catch them in the current. I don't know. I may catch some on a jig. Who knows? Today, oh, they just got some current flowing, so we're gonna go catch some. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do.